Let's head to Japan now, where the country's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba insists he will not resign after his scandal-hit party suffered a rare defeat in Sunday's snap election. The result has left the usually dominant Liberal Democratic Party unable to form a traditional coalition government. My colleague Steve Lai is across this for us in Tokyo.
We're still picking up the pieces from yesterday's snap election. It's just past 2 in the afternoon here in Tokyo, and the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, we understand they're having a press conference in a moment. I'll have more on that in just a moment, though. First, to tell you about the first casualty of this election coming from the LDP. They've lost their majority in Parliament, as you mentioned. Their campaign chief, Shigeru Ishiba, he has resigned, with media reports saying that he wants to take responsibility for the results that have befallen his party. Now, those results show that the ruling coalition have only 215 seats, with the opposition CDP making ground with 148 seats. Worth remembering that 233 seats are needed for an overall majority. And it's one of only a handful of times that the dominant LDP party hasn't been able to form a clear government since the Second World War. The Prime Minister, Shigeru Ishiba, who called the election after taking office last month, has said he's open to trying to govern with non-traditional partners, but opposition leaders are already sounding cautious.
There were so many politicians that didn't vote for me in the LDP's leadership election. I became the Prime Minister with a surprise come-from-behind victory at the very end. And I'm in the party where I cannot ignore those who don't agree with what I say. In trying to manage these dynamics, I feel I've lost my sense of self.
Now, it's important to know that here in Japan, the opposition parties span the whole political spectrum, so it's unclear if they would be able to form a coalition government as well. Yoshihiko Noda, the leader of the largest opposition party, the Constitutional Democratic Party, he has hailed the result, though, as a success.
Our primary goal in this general election was to force the ruling coalition to lose its majority. In that sense, we have achieved the goal. It was a great achievement.
And now for more on this, let's speak with our Tokyo correspondent, Shaima Khalil. She's been monitoring that press conference that's happening as we're discussing this, Shaima. What's been said so far?
Well, I think he's been reiterating some of the lines that we've already heard. He started the press conference saying that the LDP has received a severe judgment from the people, that we come to this humbled and that we humbly accept the result. He's also announced that they've just agreed on a coalition government with Komeito. Komeito has always been the junior coalition partner. The question here is, now that they've both combined, have fallen short from forming a ruling coalition, who else can join them, or who else is willing to join them to govern? He then said we needed to strengthen the ability to defend Japan. He talked about defense. He talked about the fact that we need to listen to people more. We need to support people in terms of wages, in terms of and also to be more transparent and drastic reforms when it comes to political funds. So I think, in short, he feels he's reiterating some campaign promises. He admits and acknowledges the deep hurt that the party has feeling, the big hit that it's experienced in the ballot box. But also, I feel like the dust is settling on the fact that they've misjudged, that they've underestimated how angry the public has been, and the fact that this time round they acted on it in the ballot box.
Yes, and together combined with their coalition partner Komeito, they have about 215 seats. They need to get up to 233. Any indication where they're going to be looking to find those seats among the opposition?
Well, they need to speak to opposition parties that are willing to talk to them. Some opposition parties have already indicated, the CDP for sure, have already indicated that they're not going to talk to the LDP. And so whoever they go into a coalition, a governing coalition with, they're going to be parties that they don't see eye to eye with, that they've competed against, but also that they'll have to sit down and negotiate with and make concessions to, which is a weak position to be in for the LDP.